Hi everybody, welcome to Petra's Happy Place. Today I'd like to do a couple things with you and hopefully my phone won't cut off on me. So the first thing I want to do is apologize to Sigal. Now in my last video I mentioned that I was doing some caking of some of my special yarns. And I was talking about this Vitalana that I had, I caked up one cake, and I said something that was really rude. I said I went and bought more. I didn't buy more. Sigal sent me some of that Vitalana yarn, that purple Highland, Peruvian Highland. She sent me 2 skeins, and it was just very rude of me to say that I was the one that got that, and I should have given her the shout out to say thank you for doing that for me. That was so very thoughtful. Thank you. So today I want to show you a couple things that I finished. I want to talk about some whips, and I want to do a little yarn comparison. So my whips first, my finished objects first. I showed this on a live, but I did finish my little lap afghan, my lap gan, and I think it looks really nice. I'll show you. I just did a simple border on it with a single crochet, and then whatever that stitch is called. I don't know. It has a name, I'm sure, but it's a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet. And that's all I did. So that one is done. Then I started and finished this week my cowl. Now I know that I still have another week, so I hope it's okay that I show it. Rosalie, if you're watching, I hope it's okay that I'm showing this. So let me put it on to show you what it looks like. Don't want to get any lipstick on it now. And I love it. Now I haven't washed it yet, but it turned out so beautiful. And I love this neck. I love the neck because it sits on its own. It doesn't, like, it's not on my neck, but it's not hanging. So I love this. I use the Bag a Day tutorial. It's for an actual shawl. It's number 567, and I don't remember what she calls it, but instead of making the actual shawl, I cut it shorter. I didn't do all the rows, and I ended up just doing front post, back post, double crochet, and I just love it. Thank you so much, Rosalie, from Yarn It Out, for my yarn and for giving me the challenge. This is exactly what I want and exactly what I need right now. So thank you so much. Okay, now I had a bag of whips, not a bag, a stack of whips that I went over during my live last night. And I have been a busy bee. I think it was last night, yesterday at least. I have been a busy bee. I worked on my temperature blanket. I did this week's temperature. I finished this. I am almost, let me show you. I still have to make the straps for this, but I've got my hashtag season of the granny. I've got a bag, and all I did was use my scrap cotton yarn. Isn't it cute? I think it turned out really cute. And all I did, I'm serious, it's all I did is use scraps. If I ran out of something, I tied it, magic knotted it, tied it, cut it, kept going. I think it looks so cute. And I'm just going to do a shorter handle I'm not going to connect it like here and then here. I'm going to connect it here and then the other side, so that when I'm wearing it, that I can wear it under my arm, you know, as like a bag, a little tote bag. And it is going to be the perfect size for a couple skeins of yarn, I think. And now I wouldn't necessarily put my hook in there because it could fall through one of my little holes. But if I had like a little notions bag, I would put, you know, all my scissors and my stitch markers and my crochet hook in the little bag. And I would have something on the go. Isn't that cute? Well, I'm not quite done. But just know I'm already working on my yellow straps, handles, whatever you want to call them. And I will be done with that hopefully tonight. Maybe. I don't know. There's something else I wanted to work on, so I'm not sure if I'm going to actually do that one. So, I haven't done any more with my campfire cardie, so I'm not even going to bother showing it to you, but just know that I've got the big hexagons done, and now it's just a matter of combining them and putting on, or like, you know, doing down the back and connecting them and connecting the sleeves. So I will work on that sometime this week. I'm not in a big hurry. And so let's see here. I did not work on the artist. And the last thing that I did was I took that Red Heart Unforgettable and I put it in a baggie and stashed it because I am not going to be working on that for a while. That yarn, I mean, I love the yarn, don't get me wrong, but I just wanted to take a break from it. I was just using it to use it up, and my heart wasn't in it, so I'm just gonna stash it. Okay, so that is my whips, and I guess I got my whips down to now my campfire cardie, one. Let's count them up. Then I got my what else? My temperature blanket, my Ardith, and I have that one project that I wanted to do for the season of the granny, and it was putting these, excuse me, putting those squares together. I don't know about that. I did my season of the granny, I got a bag, and I got that campfire cardie. So I don't know as if I'm going to do any more. In fact, I just decided this, not going to worry about it. Not going to worry about it. Still going in the UFO pile. And that, my friends, leaves me 3 whips. And I had 8 of them last night. Is that right? Let's see. So I got 1, 2, 3. Well, what do you know about that? I got some things done, and it feels so good, y'all. It feels so good. I felt so productive this morning. I apologize for the light. It's going in and out, and I apologize that I don't know what's wrong with my phone. So I did something finally that I told you I was going to be doing, and that was comparing Yarn Bee Romantique and the Red Heart Hygge. So let me tell you the stats, okay, before I go into the details of work. I did work with it today, so I do have actual hands-on information. So I'm going to hold this up. So this is the Hygge yarn, and it is a 5 bulky, and it is recommending a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook or 6.5 millimeter needles, and it's machine wash, tumble dry, no iron. The Hygge is 70% acrylic and 30% nylon. All right. This colorway is called powder, and it has 5 ounces or 132 yards in this, 132 yards in this one skein. All right, so 5 bulky, and I mean, it's beautiful and soft. Y'all kind of know what that hygge feels like. This was my very first time actually using the hygge yarn. I like it. I like it. So then, and I know these skeins are pretty like light because I've been using them, obviously. So this, oh, and this ran, I want to say 560 something or 570 something at my Walmart. That was the cheapest I could find this hygge yarn. So this is the Yarn Bee Romantique. The colorway on this one is Warm Blush. It recommends a 6.5 millimeter hook, 6.5 needles. It is 3.5 ounces and 83 yards. So this only has 83 where that other one had 132. Okay. This one is 80 acrylic and 20 polyamide. So this one has a little bit more acrylic in it and 10%, 10% more acrylic, and the other remaining is polyamide, where the other one was polyester. And I believe those are very, very similar. Okay, this one at Hobby Lobby runs $4.99, and that's regular price. And I always go when it's 30% off, and so that's a little more than $3 for this one skein. Okay, so I did not figure on how much a yard it was. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay, I might do that later. So anyway, I decided to go ahead and work up a little swatch. Okay, now I did not cut it off. You know, a lot of people cut it off, but I started with 2 rows of single crochet using the 6.5 millimeter, 2 rows of the half double crochet. Yep, and then 1, 2, 3 rows of a double crochet, and then 2 rows of the triple or the treble crochet. I wanted you to see the stitch definition that it gives. You can see a little bit behind it, a little bit more obviously with the, triple, and it's pretty dense down here with the single crochet, and even the half double crochet is pretty dense. Okay, so it's soft. Okay, it works up really nice. I have not frogged it. I'm going to do that here in just a few minutes. I'm going to frog a little bit of it to see how well it frogs. It has these little, okay, I wanted to compare it to, in your mind visually, a latte cake. The difference between this and a latte cake is the latte cake has more of the fibers that come from the actual strand are more individual, and they look more like eyelashes. Okay, they look, you know, they're filigree, or I don't even know what you want to call it. But this one is definitely more fuzzy. Okay, this is a definite fuzz, and it's real soft. Okay, I really like that. Okay, some people call it a halo, some are calling it fuzz, whatever you want to call it, but it's just really nice. It lends to a nice, soft, warm, cozy, and comfortable garment, or whatever it is you're making. It'll be nice and cozy. So this one is the Romantique by Hobby Lobby. I love this, Yarn Bee, excuse me. So I did the same thing. I did 2 rows of the single crochet, 2 rows of the half double, 2 rows, oops, wait a minute, start back down here, 2, 2, 2 rows of the double, and then 2 rows of the triple. Okay, so again, it's more dense down here at the bottom, and it's less dense up here. There's more holes, obviously, duh. You know, there's more peekaboo ability, if that's a word, peekaboo ability. And it's the same thing. If you want to look at the fuzz, it's the same as the hygge, okay? And if I had, you know, I should have had my black pants. My black pants always collects fuzz on them, and I should have rubbed them on my pants to do like a rub test to see if that fuzz comes off, okay? But I didn't. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll add that in later. Okay, so I want to tell you about my experience crocheting with it. Hygge Romantique. This hygge is definitely thinner, okay? It is I'm going to do some measurements for you so you know, but when you feel this, it's still squishy, but it's thinner than this Romantique, okay? When I look at the actual strand, let me see if I can find the strands. Now, the hygge is on top and the Romantique is on the bottom. I don't know if you can tell, but look at the Romantique on the bottom. It's got a lot of poof. It just seems like, and I'm going to do the top one too. This is the hygge. It doesn't have as much give. To me, this Romantique, there's more. It seems to be that these individual plies, okay, if you will. Oh, I'm sorry. Individual plies. Oh, goodness. You'd think I've never done one of these before. Let me go to the end here. These plies are thicker. Okay, those plies are a little bit thicker than the ones on the hygge. And I'll see if I can undo the hygge. There's the hygge. I don't know if you can tell on the camera. I'm really sorry. So anyway, you can definitely tell when holding it in your hands which one is which. Hygge and the yarn bee. Okay? So it looked to be, because I told you it's thicker, what I decided to do was do some measurements. I laid it down flat. Now, I didn't do any stretching or anything. I just kind of laid it down flat. All right. Now, I'm going to lay down the, let me see if I can bring this down so you can see what I'm doing. Nope, not going to happen. Sorry. So, I'm going to use the centimeter side because it's a lot easier for me to do that. On the half double crochet, the width is just shy of 12 centimeters, right there where my fingernail is. Just shy of 12 centimeters, okay? I'm going to do the same thing with the hygge. Now, I'm doing this so that you can understand just because it has more yardage in it doesn't necessarily mean hygge is going to be a better bang for your buck, okay? Because they're both bulky 5, but they don't work up the same. Now I'm going at the widest part. Okay. And this one is 11 and a half. 11 and a half. So it is a half a centimeter. Now that doesn't relate much to some people, but for some that are actually trying to get a certain dimension, it's a little bit smaller. You can tell that the fibers are smaller. I even looked at the individual strands, and I laid a strand of the Hobby Lobby yarn down next to, you know what, let me see if I can do this. Oops. I don't know how some people have learned to master this. Okay. All right. The hygge is closest to my ring. The yarn bee is the other one. Can you see a difference? I mean, I can definitely see a difference right here in that camera, and that's about how it is. Both of them bulky 5. So I'm not even going to measure it. So I am going to say they feel, as far as the fuzz, they feel the same. Okay. But the Romantique definitely has more cush value, okay? Like to squeeze it, this has more cushy than this. So I don't know if that means it's going to be warmer, softer. I don't know. I mean, definitely if you lay a baby down on it, this one's the Romantique is going to be a little bit thicker than this one, okay? So my consensus is that I like them. And I don't know which one I like more. Now, I don't know how, I haven't looked it up. I don't know how many yarns the hygge, how many colors the hygge comes in. The Romantique comes, I think they had it in about, I want to say 6 or 8 colors there in Hobby Lobby. I don't know if they have more online, but I mean, and they're both more of a pastel, okay? They both have a more pastel-y palette. I like them both. Now, the colorways, I thought that they were close, but the hygge is more pink than the, let's see here. Yeah, you can see this is more pink, and this has a little bit more of a peachy apricot color in it. I like them both. I can't choose. Now, obviously, the Romantique is cheaper as far as like how much it costs. Now, like I said, I didn't go into how much it costs per yard. I might just express that somewhere in my live tonight. So if you want to understand that, or if you want to see that, I will say that then. How's that? So that's all I got to say about all that. And I think I'm going to sign off for today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Lord's Day today, Sunday. Just know that I love you. I love all my subscribers. I love you guys. You make my day. You make my hours sometimes. Just seeing your name come across my screen, it just brings a smile to my face. And I cannot thank you enough for being one of my friends. You'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.